Welcome to the EWC breakdown for Tuesday, May 10th, 2022. This is going to be an exciting episode as track. It is finally here on the podcast. We are going to be covering track this week, and I'm looking forward to it. And I also got to thank everyone for sending stuff in here. We had more submissions here week by week. We've been getting drastically more and more, and I'm excited to read them here. So with that, let's get started right away here. So starting in the world of girls soccer, McKenna from Valders sent us a message. Valders girls soccer team, they have 2 wins at the moment as this was sent last Tuesday, and they won against TR 2-0, and she's the goalie. She has currently a total of 256 saves. And then Sage Meyer and Elaine Lintz were the 2 players who scored those 2 goals then against TR. So thank you, McKenna, for sending that in from Valders. And next thing sent in here, Ethan Fisher of Brilliant. We got to thank him. He, in fact, made a golf website. So how this works is all the stuff on there, he has all the golf standings and stats, all that good stuff. We'll be using that when we talk in the world of golf to start here. So thank you to Ethan Fisher again for making that. Appreciate that. And then next thing sent in, we had some people send in some stuff for track. So thank you guys for sending in track. We'll be able to cover more stuff here now. We had some people from Falls sending stuff in, so you're going to hear Emmett Crowder a lot here in these next few moments because, look, he had a big week. There was 2 big invites at Winneconne and Luxembourg Casco. Falls, as a team, they won the Casco meet, and he was named Athlete of the Meet. Again, that was Emmett Crowder of Sheboygan Falls. And with that, also we had another person send in, Charlie from Sheboygan Falls sent in, Emmett Crowder broke the Sheboygan Falls school record in the 100-meter dash. He ran a whopping 10.99 seconds, and the previous record was 11. So shattering that by 0.01 seconds there is Emmett Crowder. Congratulations to him on both those achievements there. And yeah, look, they're doing well as a team right now, Sheboygan Falls, for track, and we'll be talking about it here. So let's get started, though. In the world of golf, right, we got to use Ethan Fisher's website that was made. Again, I appreciate him for making this website. Helps us out a lot. So the team standings, right, we're going to go through the varsity standings here, top to bottom. Right now, Sheboygan Falls is leading in that with 7 points. Manitowoc Roncalli at 8, Kiel at 15, Chilton at 23, Valders at 25, Brilliant at 29, New Holstein at 36, and the Two Rivers and Mishcot, the co-op there, is at 37 to round it out. So that is your EWC golf standings update. So we'll talk track here now and how this is going to work. It's going to be interesting, right? Thankfully, Two Rivers had a meet. The Two Rivers Invitational helps us sell out a lot as EWC teams. Good chunk were there. And then also Sheboygan Falls, they were kind of by themselves, right? They had the Vanderpan Invitational that was at Sheboygan Falls. However, I'll get you guys some results there. I'm only going to be reading a few events. I am sorry. For sake of time, we need to keep these, around our 15-minute mark, and that's how it's going to happen. So we'll start in the 100 meters, right? Braden Reimer wins it at the Two Rivers Invitational from Roncalli. PR's there, 11.02 seconds there. Wins the meet for him, and in that race, that 100-meter dash there. So on the girls' side, we did have Allison Kakis. She took second there, and she finished the highest out of all EWC girls participants in the 100-meter dash. And then next one here, we have the 400-meter for the girls. We'll read here as well. We had Mason Roberts finish there with 1:10 seconds. Finished 7th place there at the 400-meter there. And then we'll also read the 400-meter for the men's side here. Braden Reimer, he takes second there, 54.84 seconds with that. So we'll also read some of the relays here. We'll read the 4x100 winners for varsity. And with that, the highest place for an EWC squad would be Two Rivers, the Raiders there. They finish 6th overall. It was Blake Crease, Chase Mathias, Dylan Matas, and then Gilly Peters. They finished with 48.51 seconds on the 4x1 there. And then also we'll read how the girls' side did in the 4x100 relay. Mishicot is not in the conference, so we will be talking about Two Rivers here. Two Rivers with the relay team of Jasmine Laura, Abby Jonas, Miranda Lee, and Kylie Kakis 54.45 for them. They do finish 4th there. So we'll talk about throwing as well here. Shot put we'll be doing. So for that, we had Christian Piles, a freshman, take 2nd for the meet for the Two Rivers. Sam Welch, a senior out of Valders, takes 6th. And then Joey Crease takes 7th out of Two Rivers as well. And then for shot put for the girls' side, we had Alexa Zimney. She took 4th there, a junior out of TR, PR'd there. We had Two Rivers. It would be Miranda Lee, a sophomore, took 5th. And then we had Rose Meyer, a senior out of Valders, there, takes 7th. So for track, those are your throwing results. We'll be reading high jump as well for this. And on the guys' side, the top finisher for the EWC participants would be Leviticus Alexander. He finishes 5th in the event, a sophomore. Then Harrison Bell, a freshman, finishes 8th out of Two Rivers for that. And then for the girls' side here, high jump, we do have the top finisher would be Grace Neuenfeld for EWC participants, a junior out of Alders. She ties there for 4th. And then also America McPherson also finishes 4th there. She ties with her. My apologies there. And looking through it, that kind of wraps up there the high jump for the Eastern Wisconsin Conference participants. We'll read pole vault as well, right? Not got to include that. Luke Rissy there takes 3rd in that event, a senior out of Alders. And then also on the girls' side, the highest participant would be Romaine Franzetti out of New Holstein there, taking 6th in that event. So that's that Two Rivers Invitational. Wraps that up there. The Vanderpan Invitational, right? Sheboygan Falls. We're going to briefly go through this one here. Emmett Crowder, as I said, broke that record. He took 2nd, though. He got beat by Ian Struve of Plymouth there, right? Going 10.92 seconds on that. Also, Dustin Kerwin, 11.49 seconds. He PR'd there as well from Falls. And then on the girls' side here for EWC participants, Jenna Norgal, she took 5th overall there, 13.71 seconds. And then for the relays, we'll go to quickly here. Sheboygan Falls, they take 2nd here. Emmett Crowder, Carter Croft, Seth Rohde, Carson Miller, they take 2nd there, 45.06 seconds for the 4x100 relay. And on the girls' side, it would be Sheboygan Falls, they take 2nd here. Jen Norgal, Ashley Lighton, Julie Beek, and then Rachel Halverson, 54.39 seconds for them. And look, I would like to read more here, but for sake of time, we're going to be moving on. We're going to be going to the world of baseball, right? A lot of sports mean we got to be going through these pretty swift. So next thing here is we got to talk some baseball standings here. Chilton, they're 8-0 right now in conference, 10-0 overall. On top of the conference, they've only allowed 12 runs so far this year. Kiel, 7-1 in conference, 9-2 overall. New Holstein, 8-2 in conference, 9-3 overall. Valders, 4-6 in conference, 5-7 overall. Brilliant, 4-6 in conference, 4-6 overall. Two Rivers, 3-7 in conference, 3-10 overall. Roncalli, 1-7 in conference, 2-7 overall. And then Sheboygan Falls, 1-7 in conference, 1-10 overall. So there are your standings. We'll go through the batting average. We'll do pitching, of course, this week. Want to include that. Zach Halbach leads the way in batting, .517 right now so far this year, 15 for 29. Impressive stuff there. Mason Myers, he's still batting strong, 22 for 43, .512 average there. Still dominating in that category. Daniel Schmitz is batting .472. And then Hunter Rolbiecki is batting .448. So there you go. There are your top 4 batters in batting average there. Home run-wise, we have 2 home runs, Max Miller, Ryan Lissow. There it is, the 2 home runs for baseball so far, both players from Chilton there. And let's go to pitching, right? Wanted to include some pitching. We'll go ERA, and we'll be rolling with that. So here are your ERA leaders right now. Nathan Stefani of Kiel, his ERA 0.45. He's only allowed 1 earned run right now in 15 2/3. Hunter Lissow, 0.46 ERA, 15 1/3. Alex Breckheimer, 0.54. And then Mason Gallus there with 0.68. And then Ryan Lissow, 0.72. So look, they are pitching very well right now. Let's see some strikeout numbers, of course, for pitchers here. Mason Schmall of Sheboygan Falls, 42 strikeouts in 3 2/3. Alex Breckheimer, 36 strikeouts in 26 innings. Max Miller, 26 strikeouts, 21. And then Henry Schnell, 23 strikeouts in 23 2/3. So Mason Schmall's got the strikeout pitch working at 42 strikeouts in 23 2/3 innings. So impressive stuff there. And with that, we'll read Tuesday's games, right? We'll read the games going on tonight right now for baseball. So with that, here are your Tuesday games. You got Chilton and Kiel squaring off. Should be a great game there. New Holstein Valders, Roncalli, Sheboygan Falls, Two Rivers Brilliant. There are your Tuesday games there. Let's go to softball now here. So softball, here are your conference standings. Chilton, 9-1. 123 runs scored. Impressive stuff there by the Tigers. And they're 13-2 overall. New Holstein 8-2 in conference, 10-2 overall. Two Rivers 8-2 in conference, 8-2 overall. Valders 6-3 in conference, 7-5 overall. Brilliant 5-5 in conference, 7-6 overall. Sheboygan Falls 2-8 in conference, 3-11 overall. Roncalli 0-8 in conference, 0-9 overall. And then Kiel 0-9 in conference, 2-10 overall. So there we go. And let's talk, of course, about some standings and stats. Right, we did the standings. Let's talk stats here. Taylor Hummel is up to 3 home runs on this season. And so she is tied for the lead with Kenzie Graff, also a senior there from Two Rivers. So 2 3-run home run hitters there. Or 3 home runs, right? For softball. And then Ariel Schneider's at 2 home runs out of Chilton. Hannah Shimmick is at 2 as well. And she's out of Brilliant. Gwendolyn Sell from Chilton's at 1. Macy Monroe out of Chilton is at 1. McKenna Eichmeyer of Brilliant's at 1. Alyssa Schneider of New Holstein's at 1. Michaela Dallas at 1. Claire Schleicher of Falls is at 1. And then Haley Coleman is also at 1. There are 4 New Holsteins. So there are your home run hitters there. We'll talk, right, batting average. Kenzie Graff's batting .613 right now. She's leading the way by far. 19 for 31 so far. Maddie Ratzak is 11 for 20. She's at a .550 clip. Megan Myers, .537. Macy Monroe, .511. Maddie Tash, .511. And then Ariel Schneider, .500 there. So they're your top batters right there. ERA, let's talk about it. We're going to do some pitching for softball as well. Right now, McKenna Eichmeyer leads the way, 1.11 ERA. She's given up only 3 earned runs in 19 innings pitched. IC, and then also Claire Schleicher of Falls, 56 2/3 innings pitched, only 12 earned runs, so that gives her a 1.48 ERA. Kaylee Piles of Two Rivers, 1.62 ERA. So there's your top 3 in terms of ERA. Let's go to strikeouts here. Strikeouts, Claire Schleicher of Sheboygan Falls has 93 strikeouts and 56 2/3. Impressive stuff there. Kaylee Piles, 79 strikeouts in 65 innings pitched. Bristol Folk has 67 strikeouts and 64 innings pitched. And Brianna Ott of Chilton, then 61 strikeouts and 72 2/3 innings pitched. So there you go. There's your strikeout leaders as well. Again, for sake of time, we're just going to be reading Tuesday's games, Tuesday's slate there for softball. Here we go. Brilliant and New Holstein, Chilton, Sheboygan Falls, Roncalli, Valders, and that kind of wraps up your Tuesday slate there. Only 3 games on the slate. So next we're going to be talking about soccer here. So we'll wrap up here with some soccer stuff. I did, in fact, read right already what McKenna sent in. Valders is up to 2 wins now on this season. And let's go through some stats. So, again, these aren't all exactly accurate. Standings, I don't even know if I want to read because we had people send in from New Holstein last week that this standings aren't right now for soccer. So I will tell you, I'm confident in saying I believe Kiel is still number 1. We do have Sheboygan Falls at 2, Sturgeon Bay, 3rd place in conference right now. Green Bay, NEW Lutheran, Providence Academy. That co-op is 4th, New Holstein 5th, Roncalli 6th, Valders 7th, Kewanee 8th, Two Rivers 9th, and then Sevastopol, Gibraltar there at 10. So I think that might be accurate, but again, we don't know. So it's hard to say, but going through it, Taylor Schad with goals, 42 it says right now. Assists, Taylor Schott at 17. And then saves, Ryan Fitzpatrick at 35. So there are your standings or stats leaders there and standings. But let's talk schedules then here as well. So we have the Tuesday slate we will gladly read, of course. Sturgeon Bay, they travel to Fox Valley Lutheran. Gibraltar heads to Valders. St. Mary Springs heads to Sheboygan Falls. And that wraps up your Tuesday slate. So, yeah, I know we have to kind of breeze through all the sports here because, look, when there's a lot of sports, you got to go fast. As, you know, I wish I could spend more time there and, of course, like going through more of the Sheboygan Falls meet, but, you know, only one team there. We had to focus, of course, more with the meet that had all the other schools from the conference there, basically. So that's just how it is. And, you know, if there's some other meets that more schools are in, send them over, send some results, right? I'll gladly shout out records being broken. That's why I appreciate the Sheboygan Falls athletes sending in all that good stuff. Yeah, that's going to wrap up here on the Tuesday morning here. Drew Skyberg signing off here. So thank you all for listening to yet another episode of Jordan and Drew, the Sports Crew, the perfect podcast for you.